In 1977, a group of French leftist intellectuals signed a petition to have children be able to legally give sexual consent. Now, there are some sections of society that have wanted to lower the age of consent for decades, seeking to characterise it as legitimate sexual orientation. And today, these same people argue for the use of the term minor attracted person to replace the term pedophile. Why? Because the term pedophile, they say, carries with it too much stigma. We cannot allow this movement to gather steam. We have to close the loop on this now and on those who seek to normalise this behaviour. But unfortunately, the filthy underbelly of leftist academia has other ideas. And I quote, "If pedophiles are no longer forced to live underground and to be secretive about relationships, but instead their desires are recognised as legitimate and they are guided towards a responsible expression of those desires, we might prevent some cases of genuine sexual abuse." Now, this recognition is cloaked under the pretence of preventing abuse, but anyone with common sense knows the real-world impact of recognising these desires as legitimate will actually be the opposite. It's a Trojan horse. And many dismiss the concept of the slippery slope, yet it gets proven true time and time again. We've seen it with euthanasia, COVID restrictions, climate alarmism, and so on. The pattern's predictable. People like me express concern and get ridiculed. A short period of time later, those predictions come true. And a recent SBS article described a drag queen storytime event in Sydney which was protested. Counter-protesters chanted, "Love is love." Now, what does love is love have to do with grown men dressed in women's clothes reading to children? Why the focus on a children's event? Can anyone explain that? How about the Balenciaga photographs featuring children with stuffed animals in bondage? Rest assured, something is deeply wrong with our culture. In the United States, babies and toddlers are being exposed to grown men dancing in G-strings in strip show-style performances. And it won't be long before that behaviour makes it to our shores and we'll be told it's just a colourful bit of fun for the kids. I expect sooner or later we'll be having discussions in this place and in state parliaments all around the country about lowering the age of consent. And those who oppose it will be called all sorts of colourful names: prudes, bigots, reactionaries. Will be mocked for being discriminatory to minor attracted persons and not sensitive to their feelings. And then again, we'll be saying, "I told you so," while the left celebrates their so-called progress. We live in a society that's attacking the innocence of children and the sanctity of the family, which is the foundation of our society. Without strong families, with a loving mother and father, society falls apart. Today, children are bombarded with sexual concepts from all sides and parents are often ill-equipped to deal with it. Our children deserve to be protected, yet the political class and the passive apologists of this nation are failing them. Australia, be warned. You are witnessing the precursor attacks designed to lower the age of consent and normalise the sexualisation of children. And I, for one, will fight it with every fibre in my body, and I suspect millions of Australians feel the same way. To those listening out there, I say rejecting this behaviour is the right thing to do. Doesn't make you a transphobe, doesn't make you a homophobe. If men want to dress in women's clothing, that's their business. But stop trying to sexualise the children. Leave the kids alone.